We all know that getting eyes on our stories is essential to make sales through your social media accounts, but most people struggle with getting a lot of views on their stories. So in this episode, I'm going to give you hacks you can steal right now to get more views on your stories. The other thing I love about stories, and this has been an integral strategy that I use in my own business, but also I have clients who have generated hundreds of thousands of dollars just through their stories, is that people who follow you are seeing your stories. And when people click to view your story, they're engaging with your content. It's very different than scrolling in the newsfeed and people being really reactive. So I just love that superpower ability with stories to be able to sell. My objective is to make sales every single day in the DMs through my stories, and I'm going to guide you through that today. So the first thing I want to mention, the things that are hurting you, and things have changed a lot on social media. Now, I'm going to talk more about Instagram, but this definitely applies to Facebook. Also, if you're doing stories on other platforms. The first thing are long talking head stories. So I remember, what was that one app? There was an app you could use where you could cut, I think it was Continual, you could cut your 1-minute videos into 15-second clips. Because remember, back in the day, you could only upload 15 seconds at a time. Well, now it's a minute. People are dropping off. If you're doing longer form stories, they're dropping off. So what I'm going to recommend that you do is you go ahead and cut those stories, because people are more likely to click through if they're in little sound bites. But more importantly, go ahead and make your stories shorter in general. Okay. So we're going to have the long talking head stories, maybe turn that into a reel. But for your stories, you're going to want to do more quick sound bites. The other thing is stories are too long going along with that. And you want people to be able to engage. So if they're too long, then they're going to click off and go look at somebody else's stories instead of yours. So ideally, you're going to want to keep your stories at 7 to 10 seconds. And I'll actually show you what that looks like. If you have an image that you upload and you add a GIF to it, it's going to instantly turn it into a video that tends to be just a few seconds. The next thing, and I always say this when I'm teaching in our coaching programs, is that you never want to include a link in your stories. First off, research has shown that it drops story views by as much as 39%, so almost half. But second, when you guide people to click a link in your stories, you don't know who's clicking that link. You have no idea. So you're actually not able to capture the lead. The other thing to think about is it's when people click the link, they're going somewhere else most likely. The platforms can't stand that. They do not like it when you include links. If you notice on Facebook as well, never put links in your content on Facebook. And for stories specifically, don't include the link. Don't point people to click link in bio. That's not what you want to do. Okay. The next thing that is just so 2019 is sharing feed posts to your stories. So you could post on Instagram, you can post on Facebook, and you can hit that share button to go ahead and share it right into your stories. That is no longer helpful. Okay. It actually can hurt your engagement based on what the experts are saying with the way the algorithm is on these bigger platforms as well. So we don't want to overload our stories with feeds from our posts. We want to keep our stories. Also, too, if someone's scrolling the newsfeed and they see a post and then they are in your stories and they see it again, they get that feeling of, I've already seen this, and you don't want that. The other thing is you don't want to post too many stories per day. I do have, and I'll put it below this video, I do have a webinar, how to structure stories and slay sales. I've actually come up with 8 different stories types to do each day. I would get those 8 down. I would commit to doing those every single day. And that's it. Just 8. Okay. And what's really nice, you can actually create evergreen stories where you're actually reusing those stories, right? So you're not creating 8 stories from scratch. You're actually able to reuse and repurpose. Now, how to increase story views and engagement. The first thing is the algorithm actually likes it when people like your stories. So think of creative ways where you can get people to hit that heart button to like your story. So you could put something on there such as tap here, put the heart symbol, tap if you agree, give this a little love if you agree. Anything where you can encourage engagement is going to help with story views. Because what happens is when people are clicking your stories and interacting with them, that turbocharges your results. It tells Facebook and Instagram that people are enjoying your stories. So what's going to happen is, when you pull up your phone to go onto these apps, the little circles at the top where the stories are, you're going to get the prime real estate, which is one of the first circles that your potential client sees when they open their app. And that's what you want. Okay. So encourage the story likes. Another thing is you want to get people to click on your story first. So when they are viewing your content, how can you get them to click your story first? The best way to do this is to master what we've been talking about so far and be consistent. I know for a fact that I have found my way into the very first slot on some of my clients and potential clients' story spots. So if they pull up their app, I'm the first one and I stay there. Think about right now. There are probably certain influencers, people that you follow where you see their stories first, right when you pull up the app, right? It's that same idea. You need to be consistent. As soon as you skip a day, and there's some strategy around taking breaks every once in a while, but I wouldn't recommend that because most people struggle with being consistent in general. What you're going to do is you're going to commit to posting in your stories every day. So definitely go through my webinar that's below the video. I think you're going to love it. You also get like a whole guide I put together. If me verbally telling you this is helpful, but you want to see actual examples, get that guide. It'll come to your email when you register. So get the 8 stories down. But even if you posted 1 story a day, just said, no matter what, Kimberly, I am going to be committed to getting my stories up there. What happens is when you skip a day, you totally drop down in the algorithm. So every account has kind of a rating to it. It's very destructive for your ability to get that prime real estate when you stop posting. You kind of have to work your way back up, and you don't want to be going against the tide in that way as well. Hey, Goal Digger, I want to let you know we have a brand new boot camp coming up. It is Brand Like a Boss. I'm going to teach you in 9 days what it took me over a decade to learn as I built this company to a $10 million company. And we've done all of it through social media. So we're going to teach you how to build out your personal brand, how to develop your content pillars, how to really target your audience with your messaging, generating leads from your content, and closing sales in the DM. So inside of this boot camp, we're going to teach you that and more. You're going to have access to the replays during the 9 days. You're going to get a workbook. We're going to have bonus training, all the things and more. So click the button below this video to register, and I'll see you there. Now, my final tip, and this is literally how I make money every day in the DMs. Would you like to learn how to make money every day from your brand on social media? Get ready. I'm going to teach you what I have been doing for years. Changed my life. What I do every single day, and I'm going to pull up real life examples right now and show you, is what we call keyword marketing here in Goal Digger Girl. Keyword marketing is where you are going to get your story viewers to comment when they type in, and I'll show you what that looks like. When they type in a keyword that you prompt them to put down, it goes right into Messenger. Why it's so powerful is because it puts the ball in your court. They are engaging first. They are raising their hand that they want that lead magnet. They want to find out more about your course. They want to book a call, whatever it is that you sell. Now, reason why this is so awesome is the person is basically pre-qualifying themselves. They're saying, I'm interested, which who doesn't want that? But the other thing is this really helps with your algorithm. The platforms are looking to see the most powerful thing that can happen when somebody views a story is the person comments, right? Because you have reactions. They could be viewing and checking, story after story. That's a good sign as well. The most powerful thing that can happen is the person messages you through the commenting. So let me do a screen share here and let me show you a couple of examples. Now, you can do this with any niche, but I'm going to show you specifically health and wellness. Because in the network marketing space, direct sales space, affiliate marketing, digital marketing, you're often promoting other people's things, right? And it can feel a little bit like overwhelming. How do you do that? So this is an example. It's just a little bit longer story sequence. However, remember that idea behind getting people to stay in your stories and engage with your stories. So the first thing I do is I say, I got to tell you, it feels pretty dang good to see DMs like this in your inbox. And I use the GIF, the next GIF, turn it into a 5-second video. Remember, we want our stories to be no more than 7 seconds. The next story says, it's a picture of me, but then look how easy this was to make. I took a screenshot of a customer testimonial, another image of me, another customer testimonial, image of me, customer testimonial, customer testimonial, customer testimonial, and a CTA. Boom. So what about you? Will you be next? So although the poll feature and all of that isn't huge for algorithm and stuff like that, it's going to help you if people actually vote on the poll. This right here is my money maker. Okay, this is it right here. It's the question box. So when you click the sticker option in stories, click question, and then you're going to type a question. Basically, it's not really a question. It's more of a prompt. Drop quiz to get a customized plan. Now, check this out. When people type something where it says type something, they put quiz. it goes right into Messenger. It's the best thing ever. So you literally pull up your Messenger and you're just having all these people commenting that they want to know more about your thing. It's epic. Okay. I'm going to show you another one here in a second. Let's see. So this is just one screenshot I got from a team member in my network marketing company. So Kimberly, I just got paid. Seriously, I've never had business growth like this. So I added this arrow GIF and that turned it into a 5-second video. Now look, I'm using the same image. Look at this. So I just use the same image. I add some text here. And this is why I love partnering with Heritage Club. Also, if you use the little color picker, when you're typing your text out, you can match the colors of the graphics. It just makes it look better. And then I have that same image. So I literally made the first one. Here, I'll show you. I'll go back. I made this one and I saved it to my phone. And then I uploaded it again with adding this extra part here. And then the final is going to be a CTA. So this is just a really short one. Drop Heritage for an invite to our upcoming open house. So down here, if they drop Heritage, they're DMing me and it's going to go right into Messenger. So as you can see, those are really simple examples of what that can look like for you. But if you want the full thing, like how to actually structure, what types of stories, real life examples, check out that one webinar below. If this was helpful, definitely subscribe. We drop new episodes every single week. We have playlists below this on different topics such as branding, social media, marketing. Binge our channel, but also subscribe so you don't miss any new ones. And if it was helpful, take a screenshot, throw it in your stories and tag me at the Goal Digger Girl. I would love to give you a shout out for doing that. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you soon.